sweeties. Okay, so... So today, on this very special day, today, Jason, we are going to be rating Universal Studios Singapore rides. So you may be wondering, why are you doing this? Good question. Okay, so here's the real reason why I am making this video. It's because I haven't been to USS in about 5 years. That's a lie. I was there last year for Halloween Horror Nights and I did get to ride like 1 or 2 rides. But I haven't officially been to USS in about like 5 years. So we are going to take a trip down memory lane. Let's jump right into the shall we? Now first of all, we have the top tier, the elite, the cream of the corn, the cream of the crop corn, the Raffles Institution of USS rides. And it is, drum rolls please, the Sesame Street Spaghetti Ride. I know what you're thinking. Why is this the best? Well, let me tell you. Because this ride, if you're a 90s kid or a 2000 kid, you will be very familiar with Sesame Street. And this ride takes you way back to when you were a child, when you didn't have any daddy issues or financial problems and thoughts of killing yourself. So this ride is the best because you get to travel through space. There's this section whereby you're surrounded by like these twinkling, sparkling lights, so you kind of feel like you're in space. I want to live my gravity fantasy, okay? Honestly, it gave it to me. It was magical. So because of that, this is the best ride in Universal Studios.
And I will fight anyone who says otherwise.
Next up, we have another great ride, and it is Cylon. Honestly, comparable to the spaghetti ride. It doesn't have as many sparkling lights and twinkling lights, but it is adrenaline-inducing, thrilling. It has the loops, it has the hoops, it has the spins, the turns, the curves. This ride is amazing. Funny story.
Story time.
When I was like 15, 16, I loved this ride so much that I went on it like 4 to 5 times in a row, and I had the worst headache, so I had to stroll myself to a little restaurant and I took a seat and I fell asleep for like 30 minutes because I was really nauseous and I wanted to vomit. So because of that, this ride gets a thumbs up from me. Thumbs up, man! So moving on, we have Madagascar, a great adventure. Now this ride is, it's not the best, but it's not the worst either. You're basically like in this little boat and it takes you to places and the things and the thing is the thing where honestly it's kind of boring. The only exciting part was during the ride, there was this one part where like these crates pretended to fall on you, but they stopped, which is quite sad because I really wanted those crates to fall on me and kill me, so that didn't happen. This ride's alright. It gets you pass the vibe for me.
Yo, who's next?
So next on the list we have Accelerator. Boo! Boo! This ride's trash. This ride is not it. I've been on it once and it was enough. I would not go on it ever again. It gives me a terrible headache. Who comes to USS to ride this ride? Tell me. Who wants a headache for the rest of the day? Who wants to feel like you're about to throw up for the next 5 hours? Do not ride this ride when you get to USS. Okay, maybe try it like once and see how terrible it is. But this ain't it. Period. Period. Ooh.
Next up.
Jurassic Park Rapids. Now this ride is actually really fun. It's way more exciting than the Madagascar one. But the thing about this ride is that it's very unpredictable. There will be times where you ride it and you will get soaked till you get that what, you know what I mean? There will be some times where you'll get soaked and get wet, which is the point of the ride, so I do want to get wet when I ride this. But sometimes you're sitting at a spot where you don't get sprayed, or I recommend it. I recommend her. Just don't expect to be wet all the time. But for me, I want to be drenched. Okay, I want to get that wet. So yeah, this ride, good, but unpredictable. So now we have Cylon's sibling, Cylon's cousin, Cylon's sister, Human. What I think of Human, compared to Cylon, it is trash! Trash! Now, I was really excited when I first tried Human. Don't get me wrong, I was stoked! Because I thought it was gonna be exactly like Cylon, but maybe just slightly different. But, compared to Cylon, this is trash. This is not worth queuing up. Like, it doesn't go as fast as Cylon. It doesn't have as much spins and turns and loops and hoops and dips. As much spins and turns and loops and hoops and dips. It doesn't have as much
Exhilaration. Asylum.
If you want to queue up for one ride, go for Cylon instead.
Go get human.
Next up! Transformers Robots in Disguise. Amazing. So fun. And it is 3D. So you get to wear like these little cute glasses, and it kind of looks like the robots coming at you, going to your face. Give a little smooch. Queuing up for this ride is actually pretty fun because you get to like interact with all these like buttons, and it's quite interactive, the queue itself. There's this TV where they tell you like information about Transformers. So this ride, awesome. Ride it. It is worth the queue. Moving on, we have Treasure Hunters. Oh, this ride. Bad. 0. Beans. So this ride is basically you in a golf cart viewing nature, insects, treasure. Not good. Save your time, save your energy, and
what? Cool.
And now we have one of the best rides that you can ever ride in Universal Studios, and it is the Mummy Ride. I clap. I clap! This ride is wonderful. This ride is definitely not for the faint-hearted, because even queuing up for this ride is pretty scary, because you queue up in this like really dark queue. So queuing up for this ride, the queue is very dark, and they play like some ominous music. Honestly, if you're going by yourself, be prepared to
shit your pants.
So bring a friend. Everything about this ride is amazing, from the queue to the ride. The ride, oh, let me tell you, it goes backwards. Anyone who has ridden this ride before knows there's this one part where the ride goes backwards. And honestly, the first time I ever tried it,
it was mind-blowing.
I never knew roller coasters could go backwards. So I was shook. That's it. That's the video. Okay, fine. Ew. Ring lights be like, stop.